A wealthy family in Shenzhen wants to move their money out of China. By law, they're allowed $50,000 a year per person. Not enough to matter. So instead, they buy an apartment in Hong Kong. They don't care if the price goes up or down, because in 12 months they sell it. And the money, all of it, lands in a Hong Kong bank account. From there, it can go almost anywhere in the world. This isn't a loophole. This is the playbook. And it's happening on a scale that's starting to worry Beijing itself. The $50,000 problem. China's capital controls are some of the strictest on earth. Every citizen can convert and send abroad $50,000 per year. No more. For an ordinary saver, that's plenty. For a wealthy family sitting on tens of millions, it's almost nothing. So people get creative. Families pool the quotas of parents, children, cousins, sometimes people they barely know, to move larger sums at once. But the cleanest method has always been property. Hong Kong real estate isn't just an investment, it's a conversion tool. Renminbi goes in. Hong Kong dollars pegged to the US dollar come out. And once the money is sitting in a Hong Kong bank account, the same strict mainland rules simply don't apply anymore. Why nobody cares about the profit? Here's the part that surprises people. For this strategy to work, the apartment doesn't even need to make money. Buy for 10 million, sell for 9 million a year later. That's technically a loss. But it doesn't matter, because the goal was never the return. The goal was the location of the money afterward. Once those 9 million Hong Kong dollars are sitting in a Hong Kong account, insured, dollar-pegged, internationally connected, they can move to Singapore, to London, to Vancouver, almost as easily as a bank transfer. Try doing that directly from a mainland account. You can't. This is why property agents in Hong Kong have quietly become something closer to private bankers for the Chinese elite. And it's why Beijing just tightened the rules again. New restrictions on cross-border trading, nearly $330 million in penalties against brokers accused of helping mainland clients move money through Hong Kong and Singapore markets. The message from Beijing is clear. We see what you're doing, and we're closing the door. This has happened before. And here's the uncomfortable part. Hong Kong isn't the first city to play this role. For years, the exact same playbook ran through Vancouver, Canada. Chinese capital moved through international students, shell companies, and property purchases that had little to do with actually living there. Some transactions were flagged using falsified contracts, buyers paying inflated prices on paper while the real money moved quietly through offshore accounts. Investigators later said the effect was measurable. Local home prices pushed up by capital that was never really about buying a home in the first place. Eventually, the Canadian government had no choice. They introduced a foreign buyer tax, then tightened it again. Hong Kong is now sitting exactly where Vancouver once sat. The only question is how long before someone here does the same thing. So the next time you read that Hong Kong home prices are recovering, that mainland buyers are driving the market up again, ask yourself the real question. Are they buying a home, or are they buying an exit? For some of them, the apartment was never the point. It was just the door. Subscribe. New episodes twice a week.